Hello, friends. My name is Lucas, and today I want to share my impressions of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Without exaggeration, this is one of the most well-thought-out, visually impressive, and most importantly, well-optimized games I've played in recent years. Nowadays, that's a rare thing. For the full price, you get a complete, high-quality product that runs smoothly even on graphics cards, released 8 years ago, and even on the Steam Deck, where the game somehow manages to maintain 60 frames per second. What's especially impressive is that the game includes a graphics preset that goes beyond even the ultra settings. It's labeled as experimental and seems to be designed for future generation GPUs. However, even on powerful modern graphics cards like the RTX 4090, the game delivers excellent performance. Some players report a stable 70 to 80 frames per second at native resolution. Recently, clips from podcasts featuring Daniel Vavra, the founder of Warhorse Studios, the team behind Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, have surfaced online. He proudly talks about how using CryEngine allows them to achieve impressive results while maintaining a high level of optimization. As a contrast, he mentions CD Projekt, which switched to Unreal Engine 5, and according to him is completely struggling with the engine. In his opinion, about 7 to 9 months ago, the development of the new Witcher game was in complete chaos. The team couldn't figure out how to adapt Unreal Engine 5 for creating an open world, as the engine is still not well suited for such tasks. I imagine CD Projekt was, to put it mildly, shocked by these statements. After all, it's rare to see industry figures openly roasting their competitors. Developers usually try to avoid such comments, but Daniel Vavra is different, which, I think, earns him a lot of respect. A true modern Sigma in the gaming industry. And his words are backed by action. Thanks to excellent optimization, the game runs smoothly on almost any hardware, making it accessible to a huge number of players. On consoles, it maintains a stable 60 FPS, receives overwhelmingly positive reviews, and sold over 1 million copies on its very first day. That's truly an impressive achievement for a sequel to a project that originally started as a Kickstarter crowdfunding campaign. By the way, this is far from the first time Daniel Vavra has made sharp-witted remarks about other studios. For example, he has repeatedly poked fun at the online player count of Dragon Age Ward, comparing it to that of his 7-year-old Kingdom Come Deliverance. That was the moment I truly appreciated his charisma and straightforwardness. Of course, such statements didn't go unnoticed. Many, especially the more proper industry colleagues, criticized him, calling it unprofessional. They argued, "These are your fellow developers. They're trying their best, so shut up. We'll see how well your game does." But as always, Vavra stayed true to himself. Now that the game has launched with mind-blowing sales, we can confidently say that the Czech developer did not let us down. For comparison, Dragon Age Ward managed to sell only 1.55 million copies, despite originally aiming for 10 million. Meanwhile, almost the entire development team has left BioWare, and fewer than 100 employees remain at the studio. And as it later turned out, even those 1.55 million copies weren't entirely legitimate. Electronic Arts manipulated the data by mixing actual sales with the number of players who tried the game through a subscription service. Quite the fiasco. Returning to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, it is worth noting how masterfully the developers at Warhorse Studios have connected the story of this installment with the events of the first game. The main character, Henry of Skalitz, continues his journey, which began in the original game when he lost his family and swore revenge. Now he becomes entangled in a new chapter of events tied to the Civil War in 15th century Bohemia, modern-day Central Czech Republic. His adventures begin in the Trotsky region, where he completes his first quests before moving on to the larger and more dangerous region of Kuttenberg, which becomes accessible later in the game. So, what can you do in this game? Explore a vast open world. The game offers 2 large regions, Trotsky and Kuttenberg, each filled with unique locations, villages, cities, and secrets. For example, in Kuttenberg, you will find the largest city in the game, where you can trade, engage in political intrigues, and discover rare items. Engage in realistic battles. The combat system remains deep and challenging. You will need to master precise strikes, blocks, and counterattacks to survive encounters with enemies. You can also fight on horseback or use stealth assassinations. Engage in crafting and alchemy. You can create weapons, armor, and potions, making the gameplay even more diverse. For example, alchemy allows you to brew healing and combat potions that can save your life in a difficult moment. Complete quests and influence the story. The game offers numerous main and side quests that not only expand the world, but also affect character development and the storyline. For example, you can help villagers or get into conflicts with local bandits. Explore historical details. The game is known for its historical accuracy. You can visit taverns, bathhouses, and castles, and interact with characters who behave like real people of that era. And of course, you can engage in shady activities. In Kingdom Come Deliverance, you can try your hand as a thief, stealing valuables from houses, shops, and NPCs' pockets. But be careful, get caught, and you'll face prison or worse. To succeed in theft, develop your stealth, lockpicking skills, and keep an eye on your surroundings. Gambling is also available. At taverns and on the streets, you can play dice, risking money on the outcome. To become a master, it's important to develop your skill and learn to read your opponents. All these mechanics make the game world feel alive. You can be a noble knight, a cunning thief, or simply enjoy life in the medieval world. Or, of course, experience the harshness of it by losing your last pair of pants in a game of dice. So, we've discussed the game a bit. Now let's take a look at how it was rated by the public and some publications. And this is where things get interesting. For example, Eurogamer, once a highly respected outlet, gave Kingdom Come Deliverance only 60 out of 100. This, of course, slightly lowered the overall Metacritic score, though the game deserves much more. Now let's take a look at Games Hub. They gave Kingdom Come Deliverance a 50 out of 100. Well, that's their right, but when scores are given not for the quality of the game but to align with a certain agenda, that's going too far. So then here's what's interesting. Both of these outlets, Eurogamer and Games Hub, happily gave high scores to Dragon Age Ward, despite its numerous issues. But Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which offers a deep, realistic world, complex gameplay, and historical accuracy, gets low scores. But the most intriguing part is that the Eurogamer reviewer outright stated that the game's developer, Daniel Vavra, supports movements that harm the industry. You know, the classic. If you can't criticize the game for gameplay, criticize it for politics. So, if you want to understand the real situation with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, it's better to pay attention to player reviews rather than some outlets that, it seems, are more interested in politics than in games. But even with these ratings, the game received the highest praise. And so, it seemed like everything was perfect. The game turned out amazing, the ratings were off the charts, though, of course, some gave it low scores due to propaganda, and the developer was a true gigachad who promotes traditional values and makes games for the people. What could possibly go wrong? But, as often happens, the blow came from where no one expected. At launch, the game faced some challenges. Rumors started spreading from Saudi Arabia that the game was supposedly banned because of an unskippable gay cutscene. Then, leaked screenshots sparked even more controversy. There was a black character in the game, and not just black, but a Muslim, who, in one of the dialogues, tells the main character Henry that women are more respected in his country. Suddenly, all the admiration for Vavra, who was seen as an unshakable developer resistant to modern trends, began to fade. In the eyes of some Twitter users, he instantly turned into a typical modern developer who supposedly conforms to trends and pushes an woke agenda, and Vavra started getting attacked from all sides. Vavra tried to explain the situation. He released a statement addressing all the concerns. There are no unskippable cutscenes in the game. The game has not been officially banned in any country. Diversity was not forced into the game, and no one pressured them to add it. Gay characters were already present in the first game. Kingdom Come Deliverance is an RPG where you make your own choices. If you want Henry to be gay, you can go down that path. If not, no one forces you. The black character Musa is historically justified. He arrived in Bohemia with an army as a member of the Royal Council, and his presence creates interesting story dynamics. But, as usual, explanations didn't satisfy anyone, and the drama and cringe continued. And the funniest part? Most of the hate came from people who hadn't even played the game. They just saw a couple of screenshots, read some rumors, and started stirring up controversy. And when the game released and turned out to be a success, they were left with nothing. But instead of admitting their mistake, they just kept looking for new reasons to be outraged. What a circus. I genuinely feel sorry for Vavra. He was always open with the community, engaged with fans, upheld traditional values, and made the game he wanted to. But after this whole scandal, he's unlikely to keep interacting with his audience so closely, because all it takes is one unverified rumor for people to start destroying your game online. And when you try to explain, no one listens, because they don't want an explanation, they just want a target. So, friends, let's not fall for provocations. Play what you enjoy, support developers who make quality games, and don't let yourself become part of this toxic culture. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a truly great game that deserves your attention. Don't let the hate ruin your experience. Thanks for watching until the end. See you all next time.